Your weather first. Good evening. I'm Pat Barry. It's the coldest morning we've had since last March. Very cold tomorrow morning. Full details coming up in First Warning Weather.
Fiery rocks on a collision course with Earth. The results possibly catastrophic. Experts right here in the Miami Valley showing you what's really out there. And
I was horrified. I thought it was a baby cockfight.
And the video we uncovered is startling. What's even worse, the people we found who are responsible at 10. Toddlers forced to fight. The video we're uncovering and the people who are behind it.
Plus, local experts with a dire warning. What's out there, who's watching, and what they aren't telling you.
And you'll hear from an 8-year-old boy who admits to murdering his father.
Then, we take you where only Fox 45 can, what the stars of Fringe are letting slip about the plot.
Welcome to a new era of news leadership. This is Fox 45, Dayton's news source at 10.
Will they or won't they? And who do you believe anyway? The quest for an auto industry bailout is turning into a Capitol Hill soap opera. Thanks for joining us. I'm Candice Hunter.
And I'm Mark Pompilio. Fox 45's Don Hammond begins our team coverage live at the breaking news desk with the latest details. Don?
Pardon, Candice, as you know, I spent some time working in Washington, D.C., and since it's a little after 10 Eastern, I know that night spots are still open there. Of course, people still working on Capitol Hill. People probably right now still trying to twist some arms and push their points on this auto industry bailout. The CEOs of the big three, of course, did their talking today on Capitol Hill, but there's still no telling if all this talk will produce some big bailout bucks.
The chorus of voices calling for an automaker bailout is growing louder from dealers.
There's never been a time in any of our 2 tenures in the car business that we've seen anything like this.
To Rust Belt mayors.
They won't be around if they don't get us money today.
To the big three themselves. Tuesday afternoon, executives from Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, as well as union representatives, made their case to Congress, asking for $25 billion from the financial industry bailout fund.
Without question, in our mind, it is dire, it is critical, it is a crisis.
Leading Democrats support the proposal, but Republicans, as well as the Bush administration, questions giving them more money. While some foreign automakers like Honda continue to build new plants in the Midwest.
The TARP was aimed at the financial system.
Any proposal to bail out the big three seems unlikely to succeed during this lame duck session, further fueling the anxieties of the American auto industry.
This is not bailing out them. This is giving a loan to the manufacturers to be able to get through some very difficult downturns.
So the auto industry bailout still in a holding pattern right now. Democrats, Republicans disagreeing on whether or not to do that, but all of them pleading with the auto industry right now to become more innovative and create more energy-efficient vehicles. Reporting live in the breaking news desk, Don Hammond, Dayton's news source.
It's not just the big three waiting to hear about a bailout. Local businesses say it will have a direct impact on them as well. Fox 45's Aaron Meyer continues our team coverage of the proposed big three bailout.
Rick James sells Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at his dealership in Piqua.
So you have a good day going?
And like many dealerships in the Miami Valley, his is going through some rough times.
It's been very tough in the last couple of months.
In October, Rick watched his sales plummet 40%. He blames the election, the credit crisis, and high gas prices.
When the price of gas went up, GM and the big three were so affected by that for such a long period of time.
With the election over and gas prices going down, Rick's attention is now focused on another issue, the potential $25 billion auto bailout, something he says will have a direct impact on his dealership.
It affects traffic, it affects the movement of cars, which affects how many cars the factory's building.
Rick says his sales are a direct reflection on consumer confidence, and right now he says customers are confident that an auto bailout will happen.
It concerns people, and if it goes through, it'll make people feel better, and we see that right on the showroom floor.
Rick expects to see sales climb right away if the package is approved.
I don't see how it can fail, because that would cast a really negative shadow on the economic situation that's already tough. So I think we're in one of those, we're in too deep now. They got it, they'll do something.
In Piqua, Aaron Meyer for Dayton's News Source.
And it's the future of supermarkets in the Miami Valley. Dayton's news source was the only local camera inside today, giving you a sneak peek.
And a miracle teddy bear when so much was lost, it somehow survived untouched.
And the playground dream becomes the stuff of legend, and nobody who shocked the world against one of the NBA's best.
But first, the story impacting everyone tonight, the plummeting temperatures.
Plan on taking time to warm up the car in the morning and warming yourself up as well. First Warning Weather's Pat Barry has more on this cold weather.
Yeah, the whole idea is to get somebody to warm the car up for you if you can. Let me show you what we look like right now. On Doppler radar, absolutely no problem. Nothing's coming down. There's just still some lake effect in the eastern part of Ohio. Right now, we're at 24 degrees. It's already 22 in Springfield. I expect us to get pretty cold by tomorrow morning. Bus stop, you're going to have to bundle up those kids. It'll only be 22 degrees, and with a little bit of wind, it'll make the wind chill feel like the low teens, if not single digits. Going to have to put them in hat and gloves. More on our forecast and how unwarm it'll get tomorrow, and if we'll ever have a warm up again. I've got that coming up in just a little bit. Let's go over to Candice now.
The city of Dayton will be giving taxpayers a break. Taxpayers who work or live in Dayton and owe past city income taxes have until tomorrow to pay their bills without an additional penalty.
I urge everyone to file and pay their fair share that is due to the city. And this is an opportunity, the amnesty is an opportunity for those of you who are not aware that there is an income tax to come forward and file and pay.
And if you have unpaid taxes and need more information, head over to our website, Dayton'sNewsSource.com, and click on links.
ODOT is ready to open a new entrance to southbound I-75 through Dayton. The entrance ramp from Main Street will reopen on Wednesday. It was scheduled to open Tuesday, but was pushed back a day because of the weather. The Grand Avenue ramp will be closed at 10 Wednesday morning while the new ramp reopens.
And in tonight's Where You Work report, a $10 million budget deficit is forcing the Preble County Sheriff's Department to make job cuts. Cuts have already been made to the jail and dispatch center. County commissioners have asked Sheriff Mike Simpson to make another round of cuts in 2009. Simpson is expected to discuss the proposed cuts with commissioners later this week.
ABX Air, which operates the Wilmington Freight Hub, has begun a new round of layoffs. It calls for permanently eliminating 158 jobs between now and January 14th. ABX Air has already lost more than 1,300 jobs since DHL first announced its restructuring plan last May.
Pepsi Bottling Group says it will cut more than 3,000 jobs as part of a new restructuring plan. The majority of the cuts will come from Mexico, where the company plans to close 3 plants and 30 distribution centers. Pepsi also will shut down 4 facilities in the U.S., which will affect about 750 jobs. A popular discount clothing chain is going out of business. The Wall Street Journal reports that Steve & Barry's will close all stores. That includes the one at Washington Park Plaza.
It's the one place every Fringe fan wants to be, and only Dayton's News Source can take you there. We go behind the scenes as some of the stars start spilling secrets about your favorite show.
The state of Ohio is spending more than $6 million on a new crime-fighting tool, but at 10:30, we're exposing some big concerns.
And blurring the lines between man and machine. At 10:35, this thing has something to say.
Sticker shock can hit you in many places, including the grocery store. So to cut down on that weekly food bill, we have the Economides family's top 10 tips. Fox 45's Karazinski shows us number 10 through 6 in this Dollars and Cents report.
Sometimes the prices at the grocery store are enough to make you lose your appetite, but these tips should take some pain off your food bill's bottom line. Number 10, know your seasonal produce and buy in bulk and freeze when your favorite fruit or vegetable is in season. In the summer, think melons, peaches, and plums. In the fall, it's time for apples. In the winter, citrus should be on sale. And in the spring, it's strawberries. Number 9, don't allow picky eaters, period. Experts say it takes up to 15 exposures to a food to learn to like it, so try to have kids sample everything at the table. Number 8, buy a freezer. This is so when you do buy in bulk, you have somewhere to put it. Try not to buy one new. Instead, look for one at a garage sale, auction, or from family and friends. Number 7, don't buy bread at the grocery store. Instead, find a bread or bakery outlet. Load up on their special and then freeze it. And number 6, use warehouse stores, but don't use them like grocery stores. Comparison shop and know your prices for items. For this Dollars and Cents report, I'm Karazinski.
And we'll have grocery tips 5 through 1 tomorrow. We will be featuring more tips from the Economides, America's Cheapest Family, throughout this month. If you'd like to learn more about how to spend less in your life, their book is America's Cheapest Family, gets you right on the money. To check out their website, sign up for their newsletter, go to Dayton'sNewsSource.com and click on news links.
A couple of ballroom dancers have won a trip to see the final taping of Dances with the Stars in Los Angeles. Christina Krebs and Mike Archia were encouraged by their instructor to enter the Show Us Your Moves dance contest. Archia says the exercise she gets from dancing is fantastic.
I mean, I have torn cartilage in my knee and I'm not a candidate for surgery. And the doctor says, what do you do for a hobby? I said, I ballroom dance. He said, keep it up.
The couple is anxious to pick up some new dance moves from the show's finale. We're learning new information at this hour about a major food recall, and there's a pretty good chance you may have this item in your freezer.
And on a collision course with Earth, what local experts are telling us about what could be the end of the world.
This video brought to you by StockAgogo.com, Stock Photos.